Sir, in the last videos we covered int and float data type, right? Now I want to explain the Python specific special data type, complex data type. What is that, sir? Can you please spell out? Complex data type. Don't feel complex means very difficult, nothing. Okay, it is one type of number systems, right? In your mathematics, somewhere in your school days, integral calculus, complex algebra, somewhere you may heard about that. So such a type of data type is called complex data type, sir. So what is the specialty? Why Python having this data type, sir? If you want to develop scientific applications, mathematics based applications, electrical engineering applications, this complex data type is very helpful. But C language not having, C++ not having, Java not having, only Python has this type, right? That's why it's the specialty, special data type present inside Python. What is the data type, sir? Complex data type. Sir, now what is the syntax? How you can represent complex number? Okay, observe carefully, sir. A plus bj, this is the syntax, right? A plus bj, a complex number is of what form? How you can represent, sir? A plus bj. Sir, this A is called real part. This A is called real part, and this B is called imaginary part. Are you getting what is this B, sir? Imaginary part. Next, what is this J? J value is J square. J square is equal to -1. Regarding J square is equal to -1, J is equal to square root of -1. Remember that this type of representation is called complex number, right? So what is the J? J square, its value is -1, J is equal to square root of -1. Now you may have the small doubt, sir. Sir, is it compulsory J? In my mathematics somewhere I symbol I used. Remember, I symbol I used. Is it compulsory J I have to use, right? Okay, mandatory, it should be J only. By mistake, if you are using any other symbol like I, immediately syntax error. Remember, compulsory J. Sir, can I use uppercase J or lowercase J? No problem, any case you can use, but the symbol should be J only. Okay, like. Sir, now let me take x is equal to 10 plus 20j. I'm taking, sir. Yes, it is a complex number. Let me print type of x. Can you spell out what is this type? Obviously, what is the type, sir? Complex type. The type itself is complex type, sir. Now have a look once. Here I am taking x is equal to 10 plus 20 j. Either small j you can take or capital J you can take, no problem at all, sir. Certain. Now let me print type of x. Regarding type of x like this, sir, can you please spell out what is this type, sir? It is the complex type, sir. X is equal to 10 plus 20 j. What the type of x itself is, sir, class complex. Okay, like we can take, sir. Sir, what is the x value? 10 plus 20 j, like this, right? Sir, can I use capital J? Okay, x is equal to 10 plus 20 capital J I'm taking, sir. Yes, acceptable. What about its value, sir? 10 plus 20j. Of course, it is printing always in lower case, but if you want, you can use capital J also, no problem. Now x is equal to 10 plus 20 I am taking. Please confirm, is it valid or invalid? 10 plus 20 I, immediately syntax error, because Python virtual machine unable to understand what is the meaning of this one. Are you getting right? Now have a look once. What is that error? Syntax error, invalid syntax, like this we are going to get. Now I hope it's very clear what is complex number, what is the syntax of complex number. Next and after that, how you can represent complex number like this, right? Sir, next this A is called what form? Respond. What is this A? A is called what? Real part. What is this B? B is called what? Imaginary part. Suppose assume that I have one complex number x is there, sir. X is 10 plus 20j. I want to know what is the real part. I want to know what is the real part. Very simple. Print of x dot real. If you want to know real part of complex number, then dot real is a variable, x dot real. Now you are going to get 10.0. Remember, of course, it's always going to provide in the form of floating point value 10.0. Similarly, I want to know x dot imaginary number. Hey, what is the imaginary value, sir? IMAG. Remember that. So x dot real. What is the second one, sir? X dot IMAG, imaginary number. Now what about its value, sir? 20.0. Are you getting x dot imaginary number? What about its value? 20.0, something like. So how you can find the real value? How you can find imaginary value? Sir, real and IMAG. These are the predefined variables are there which are applicable for every complex number. Okay, have a look once. So now I'm taking here, let me take, sir, x is equal to 10 plus 20 j I'm taking. Okay, well, sir, x dot real, what the value, sir? X dot real, what the answer? 10.0. X dot IMAG. Remember, don't tell imaginary. IMAG, image. Okay, like 20.0 we are going to get. That's all. So if you have complex number, how you can find the real part, how you can find the imaginary part? Clear, right? Okay, well, next the next important conclusion, sir. Sir, the first part is called which one? Please confirm. The first part is called what? Real part. Second part is called what? Imaginary part. Sir, in real and imaginary parts, if you want, you can take int values. If you want, you can take float values, no problem at all. Int values you can take, float values also you can take. So something like x is equal to 10 plus 20j, valid, sir, acceptable. X is equal to 10.5 20j, acceptable. Sir, now in real part I am taking float value. Sir, next x is equal to 10.5 20.6j, acceptable. Okay, so in real and imaginary part, happily we can take either int values or float values, no problem at all, both are acceptable, right? But here one small twist is there. What is the twist is, this real part you can represent either in decimal, binary, octal, hexadecimal, no problem, sir. This is real part. If the real part I am taking int value, that int value you can represent either in decimal form or binary form, octal form or hexadecimal form. But imaginary part compulsory you should specify only in decimal form, sir. By mistake, binary form if you are using or octal form if you are using, immediately error we are going to get. Observe carefully. Here x is equal to 0b 1111 plus 1111 means 15, sir, 15 plus 20j I am taking. Is it acceptable or not? Acceptable, because in the real part you can take binary, octal, hexadecimal, acceptable, right? But if I can take x is equal to 15 plus 0b 1111 j I am taking, immediately error we are going to get, sir, because imaginary part compulsory the value we have to specify only in decimal form, but the real part you can specify either in decimal or octal or hexadecimal, acceptable. Observe this important conclusion. Have a look once, sir, have a look. My requirement is, now observe this, x is equal to here I am taking, here just observe 10.5 plus 20.6j. So real values, I mean both real and imaginary part can be either float values or can be either int values, no problem at all, acceptable, sir. Now if I print 10.5 plus 20.6j, acceptable. X is equal to 0b 1111 plus 20j I am taking. X is equal to 0b 1111 plus 20j I am taking, sir. Sir, now real part, if you want, you can represent either binary, octal, hexadecimal, but imaginary part should be only in the decimal form. Correct, right? Have a look once, sir. Here observe, it is acceptable. What is the x values are? 0b1111 means 15 plus 20j acceptable. Now I am taking x is equal to 15 plus 0b1111 j I am taking. Immediately error we are going to get, because imaginary part we should not use any other form except decimal. Remember that compulsory we have to use only decimal form. So immediately we are getting what? Syntax error, invalid syntax. Any doubt about this one? I hope everyone in the position to understand clearly, right? What is the meaning of, sir, like how you can represent? Okay, like, sir, next one more point, sir. Assume that I have two imaginary numbers are there, something like x is equal to 10 plus 20j, y is equal to, sir, 20 plus 30j is there, sir. Two imaginary numbers are there. No, I mean two complex numbers are there. Now my requirement is, can I perform arithmetic operations between these complex numbers or not? Yes, we can perform, no problem at all. So if you want, you can ask x plus y. If you want, you can ask x into y. If you want, you can ask x by y. No problem, x minus y. All those things are perfectly acceptable. Even we can perform arithmetic operations between two complex numbers also. Okay, have a look once, sir. Suppose I am taking x is equal to 10 plus 20j. Next y is equal to 20 plus 30j is there, sir. 30j is there. Now x plus y, what is the value of x plus y? 30 plus 50j. Okay, like this we are getting x into y minus 400 plus 700j, x by y. Okay, x by y, some value we are going to get 0.6 and plus 0.07, something like we are going to get. So what about internal values? How these operations are going to work, we are not required to worry, sir. Just we can perform mathematical operations, sir, for complex numbers also. Just aware this one. Okay, this is about basic introduction about complex data type. But anyway, it is not that much frequently used data type in our Python. Okay, very specific scientific applications, mathematics applications, next electrical engineering applications, there this complex data type is going to play the role. That's why it is highly recommended to discuss as less as possible about this complex number systems, right? Any doubt? Are you in the position to understand what is complex number, where you can use complex number, what is the syntax, next which is called real part, which is called imaginary part? In real and imaginary, can I take int values or not, float values or not? Next, can I perform arithmetic operations or not? Next, can I use any base or only decimal? For real part you can use any base, but imaginary part only decimal form. Binary, octal, hexadecimal not allowed. That's all, friends. Clear, right?